A lot of we obviously it was just great. How we started the game. Obviously, anything like what we wanted to, and we still built the lead. But I think over time you do that, it comes back to get you, which it did. And second half we came out, we were just really bad defensively, and but give Duke credit, and I love obviously some of the things that they do, and but we got a lot out of it. We really did, and what the best response was what happened after we watched the tape and then go out on the court and see guys really lock in. But it also goes back to the things we had talked about going in about details and being able to talk through some situations. Obviously, we've got a long way to go, like I think most teams do defensively, and with as many new guys as we have. But it was a great experience for us. And again, the best thing about it was the response after the film and how we went out and this week have tried to get better.
Coach, how does the mindset change, if any, as you go now into the regular season?
Well, you keep building. You realize that every team you play has got good players, and every game is going to be a little bit different. Teams, each game will take on a different personality, and it's just like we prepped for Duke, and even the week before, what we could for Ohio State. As time goes on, but these early games, some of it you have to go off of what you see in maybe one game or an exhibition game or some things from last year, but. The prep is important. I thought our guys will learn from both of those two already the way they personally have to prep. And, there's no doubt we got a group of guys that want to do well. And they saw what we've talked about all year, that the key is not to beat yourself. And we did a lot to help Duke beat us. And that's the things we have to clean up.
Did you expect the defense to kind of be lacking given what you lost last season?
Yeah, oh yeah. There's no doubt we knew that going in that would happen, but we also knew that a lot of other areas we had to get into. But this week we've obviously tried to clean up all that, and as we continue to move with our guys and see what's best for them to adjust to what we think each one of those guys need. But yeah, we knew we would. You can't lose the guys that we've lost over the last 2 years and not take a little bit of a dive. But the good thing is we think we've got a chance to be as good as we were, but it's just going to take some time.
Were they the same defensive mistakes as the Ohio State scrimmage, or did you
A couple.
see a little improvement?
A couple. The first 2 threes they got were because of breakdown with our post guys. I thought Bishop had done a really good job starting the game defensively and guarding a guy that can really shoot. And when he went out of the game, our post guys gave Evans 2 quick looks that should not happen, and that goes back to the scouting report and urgency. Detail, paying attention to detail, and you get that certain guys get going like that. They don't need much to start feeling it, and but they present problems with their length. They passed the ball well. We did not do a good job with deflections. We didn't even get to really half of what we want to get to, and they were throwing the ball over top of us, and they made some really good plays that way. But we just it all can be fixed, but it's got to become a habit after we do get it fixed.
As a coach, just what did you see differently from Bishop this offseason that really helped push him into the role in the exhibition game against Duke, and then also how fluid is this lineup moving forward?
Well, Bishop's worked. He knows what we need him to do, and I thought he came out defensively and really worked really hard against a really good team, getting screened and doing the things he had to do, and I think going forward with our lineup, it'll be again we're still finding that out ourselves in terms of the fluidity of it. I don't know how I could answer that right now because we're going to wait and see. We're still waiting to see some separation with some guys to see who's going to kind of grab it and that we can count on, that we can trust consistently to go out every single time and do what they need to do.
Rick, it was announced today that Candace Parker is joining Pat and all the other Lady Vol greats into the Women's Basketball Hall of Fame this coming year. What has she meant to the sport of basketball?
Oh, she's truly a Hall of Famer, a person that has made an incredible impact everywhere she's been. She's definitely left every program she was a part of better than she found it. And I'm obviously personally just so excited for her because I having a great blessing to get to know her and know how much the game meant to her. And I think you look back, I think you would definitely say that she maximized the ability that she had. And she is a person, again, she's affected the game in a very positive way.
Coach, the rebounding the other night, was that more a reflection of, Boozer having a singular effort, or, really you guys kind of come up short?
Well, we got hurt on his 6 offensive rebounds were huge. I mean, that's a very difficult thing to defend. He reminded me, the last guy said that's as good as anybody I've seen is when Edey was at Purdue. He was great at just collecting his misses and putting them back or getting fouled. And he was great at. He's got a great second jump to get back up there, really good hands, and then obviously he made his free throws. But he's a good player. But still, an area that you look at the rebounding and the free throw discrepancy where we just did not do a good enough job getting fouled because we took too many shots that we shouldn't have taken without trying to make them defend. And again, all that can be fixed, and because we're going to be in a lot of games like that, obviously, and we're going to have to fix it.
What do you think the biggest thing Nate learns from that exhibition going into game 2? Who does he grow the most?
Well, I mean, you got two teams that played differently, obviously, but both teams played pretty much 5 out. And were we better with some of the defensive things that we did in Ohio State game? We were, but were we good enough? We weren't. And I think they understand. I think if you ask them as a group, is how we harp on the details. I think they're finding out that if you take care of the small things, the big things take care of themselves. And we have come up short in both of those games in terms of the details that need to be taken care of.
What do you know about Mercer?
Again, a lot of respect for Coach Ritter. Met him when he was at UT Martin. Obviously played against him, and terrific coach. He's got his style. He likes to play, and they're very good, extremely well coached. And he obviously did a great job at Martin, and now he's at another program that's always had great basketball, and he does a great job with his team.
I guess maybe what kind of adjustment are you hoping Jacoby will be able to make heading into Mercer?
I think what Jacoby found, the game plan, because what he did against Ohio State, and they got to see that tape, and they game planned for him, and they came out early and jumped him on ball screens, and I didn't think he settled back in after that. They didn't stay with it all the time, and I thought he got. I think anytime you go into a game and everything's going to be based on your offense, and he's a big part of what we want to do offensively. I think he's learning really how to play the point in terms of adjustments, how he's got to make them himself throughout the game because he's going to see different things, people trying to keep him off balance and get physical with him. I thought that was something that they were definitely he was a hit. I mean, there was no doubt after watching the Ohio State tape that they said we've got to go after him, and that's what they did, and just tried to be very, very physical with him, and which I thought was great for him.
What do you expect to see Nate get better?
Nate's going to be fine. You know what? Where Nate showed me again his maturity level, I mean, no one was more disappointed in him after that game because I think he would tell you that he didn't have the right mindset going in. And you don't. And I'm not saying he wasn't prepared to play because I think he was, but he came in the day after the game, sit down with coaches and watch the tape, and then we sit in the as we were sitting in the film room as a team, pointing out the obvious. That day he went on the court and showed his maturity at a high level way. Nate's not a person that thinks he knows everything by far. I mean, he's very humble, and you can't get better in this game if you're not humble. You can't. If you got an attitude that you know it, and he's anything but that. And but no one took his performance harder than he did. But being the kind of player he is, and it's just going to be so neat watching him grow as this year goes on. It's just going to be so neat because, again, his maturity level is at an extremely high level.
Will you guys go to Duke next October?
No, that we haven't. We're not that far down the road yet with it. Would we? I mean, I thought it was great for both of us. Danny White has always wanted to do a thing from the time that this stuff started. He wanted to play a team back-to-back Sundays. He thought it'd be great for TV, and if you can imagine, and I know what he's thinking now. And after doing it, after that kind of game on Sunday night, it'd be neat to go do it a week later with the same team. I think, and Danny said it'd be great TV. It'd be great for the fans. It'd be great for everybody. And I see where he's coming from, and he's tried to work that out with some schools. And going forward, I hope we can, because I do think it's a great concept on his part.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right, thank you guys.